Section 1. Best Real Estate Practices, Key Terms, and Legal Limits. Introduction. Why best practices matter. Arizona real estate moves fast. A buyer wants to write an offer tonight. A seller wants the home listed tomorrow. A title issue pops up 2 days before closing. In the middle of all that pressure, the licensee is expected to stay calm, professional, accurate, and compliant. That is why this course begins with key terms and legal limits. Before an agent can avoid legal trouble, they must understand the words that create legal trouble. Terms like fraud, misrepresentation, earnest money, clear title, cloud on title, fixture, and public report are not just vocabulary words. They are real-world risk points. Arizona statutes and rules exist to protect the public. The updated ADRE law book includes key statutes and rules, such as ARS Section 32-2151.01 for broker record keeping, R428-802 for conveyance documents and offer presentation, R428-803 for contract disclosures, and R428-1101 for licensee duties. The story: one small mistake can become a big problem. Imagine an agent named Jordan. Jordan is working with a buyer who loves a home in Arizona. The buyer gives earnest money. The offer is accepted, and everyone is excited. Then the title report arrives. It shows a possible old lien. The buyer asks, "Is this a big deal?" Jordan wants to keep the deal moving and says, "Don't worry, title will handle it." That may sound harmless, but it is risky. A cloud on title can affect ownership, closing, financing, or the buyer's ability to receive clear title. Jordan should not give legal or title advice. The better answer is, that may be important. Let's have the title company explain it, and you may want legal advice if needed. That is best practice. Know the issue, stay within your license, and direct the client to the right professional. Fraud is an intentionally false statement or concealment of a fact made so one party can gain an advantage. Example: a seller tells the agent the roof leaks, but says, "Do not tell the buyer." If the agent hides that information, the problem is no longer just the seller's problem. It may become the agent's problem too. Misrepresentation is a false statement or concealment of a fact. It may be intentional or unintentional. Example: an agent says, "This home is definitely on sewer," without verifying it. Later, the buyer discovers the home is on septic. Even if the agent did not mean to mislead anyone, the statement created risk. Negligent misrepresentation happens when a licensee makes a false statement they should have known was wrong. Example: advertising a property as having horse privileges without checking zoning, HOA rules, deed restrictions, or county requirements. Earnest money. Earnest money is money given by a buyer to show serious intent to purchase. It must be handled according to the contract and Arizona requirements. Best practice: never casually say, "You'll get your earnest money back." Whether earnest money is refundable depends on the contract, contingencies, timelines, and facts. Clear title and cloud on title. Clear title means title appears free from liens or legal ownership questions. A cloud on title is an issue that may negatively affect ownership or transfer, such as an unreleased lien, judgment, probate issue, or deed error. Best practice: agents should not promise clear title. Title companies and legal professionals handle those determinations. Affidavit of legal value. An affidavit of legal value is a recorded document generally showing the sale price and signed for tax and recording purposes. Agents should understand what it is, but they should not give tax or legal advice about how a party should complete it. Subdivided land and public reports. Subdivided land generally involves land divided into 6 or more parcels. Arizona subdivision laws are designed to protect buyers before land is offered for sale. The Commissioner's Public Report, also called the CPR or Public Offering Statement, discloses important facts about a subdivision. It may include information about roads, utilities, water, drainage, title matters, and restrictions. Real property, personal property, and fixtures. Real property is land and anything permanently attached to it. Personal property is movable property, such as furniture or tools. A fixture starts as personal property, but becomes real property when attached. A ceiling fan in a box is personal property. Once installed, it is usually a fixture. Best practice: if there is any question about what stays or goes, write it clearly in the contract. Statutes and the legal limit. A statute is a law created by the legislature. Arizona real estate statutes and administrative rules explain what licensees can and cannot do. ARS Section 32-2151.01 requires brokers to maintain required transaction and employment records. R428-802 requires signed transaction documents to be delivered as soon as practical, and requires offers to be promptly submitted to the client unless a proper written instruction or contract provision applies. The updated 2025 rulemaking also modernized rules involving advertising, electronic media, AI, renderings, compensation disclosure, documents, and professional conduct. Closing thought. Best practices begin with knowing your legal lane. Agents can explain forms, timelines, and transaction procedures. Agents should not give legal, tax, title, lending, construction, or engineering advice unless properly licensed in that field. The safest professional phrase is, "That is outside my area of expertise, so I recommend you speak with the appropriate professional." Online discussion question 1. Why should an agent avoid saying, "Title will handle it," when a cloud on title appears? Answer. Because the agent may be giving title or legal advice. The better practice is to refer the issue to the title company or legal counsel. Question 2. What is the difference between fraud and negligent misrepresentation? Answer. Fraud is intentional. Negligent misrepresentation is a false statement the licensee should have known was incorrect. Question 3. Why should fixtures be clearly addressed in the contract? Answer. Because disputes often happen when buyers and sellers disagree about what stays with the property.